we say to each other that we were in Connecticut to meet each other because we were only, I was there for about a little bit over a year. Well, then
I was only there for a year.
Right. So we were basically there for about the same amount of time.
We were both working for a relocation company. And he had his eye on me.
For a few months, yes.
And then I took a 3-week business trip down to Brazil, and he thought I left the company. And it was like the day I came back, he cornered me in the hallway.
Well, you were gone for like 3 weeks, and I was wondering where you went, so I had to take the opportunity,
And he invited me to happy hour. And then we were both there really late, and he was hungry, so we went to Denny's. Either he was just really tired, or he'd had maybe a little too much to drink, or I was really uninteresting because he fell asleep in his burger. So.
It was a long day. I was exhausted and had quite a bit of drink, so...
When that happened, I was just like, he can't even stay awake for me? Come on now, right? So then I became not interested. So maybe for the next 3 or 4 weeks, he was trying everything to redeem himself. And then when he asked me to dinner for my birthday, to celebrate my birthday, and I had the chance to actually have a very good conversation with him.
Got to know each other a little bit more. She saw the other side of me, that I wasn't really a jerk or...
Or a drunk.
Or a drunk.
Or somebody with narcolepsy.
Right. And one thing led to another. Then we started just hanging out more often.
It became official.
It became official. That's right.
The second time he met my parents, he went up to New Hampshire with me. They have a house up in the Lakes region there. And he wanted to go tubing on the lake. And my father's evil driving the boat. He tries to get everybody to fall off the tube. The tube flips over, so he's basically upside down, and you're holding on, and he thought he would have the power to flip the tube back over and get back on top. In the meanwhile, he lost his swim trunks.
Yes, I did. Ended up losing my swim trunks. My bare... But
your Katukis you were mooning the lake.
I definitely did moon the lake. I was actually enjoying it. The water felt great,
We found the swim trunks floating, and then he couldn't get the swim trunks back on because the tread on his water shoes kept getting stuck in the mesh in his swim trunks.
I'm such a classy guy.
So I had to lean over the side of the boat, hold the pant leg open so he could slip it. My father the whole time was just standing there oh my God. So I actually inadvertently played into his proposal plan. I was at work later than I wanted to be, and I'm one of these people that gets really grouchy when I'm hungry. So I called him at 6:30 from the office, and I said, figure out what you want to do for dinner because I'm starving and I don't want to spend, half hour when I get home trying to decide what we want to eat. So just figure out what you want and then we'll just do it when I get home. So an hour and a half later, I walk in the door and there is on our coffee table, there are dinner plates set out and covered and champagne glasses out and everything. And I was like, Carlos doesn't cook. I don't know whether to be, pleasantly surprised or a little dreadful. So I walked in and he was like, well, you said you were hungry. Are you ready to eat? He had just been laying on the couch waiting for me to come in. The TV was on, whatever. So I uncovered my plate. And lo and behold, there's no food. But there is a ring box on my plate. So at that point, he, got down on his knee and he started his proposal speech. And midway through, I had to ask him to hold on for a second so I could turn down Wheel of Fortune because it was kind of loud.
Sorry, I was just so excited about it. I just the moment was there. So I totally forgot about
No,
it.
but you still didn't, the problem is though, you didn't get the message about the food. So when he finally finished his proposal and the ring was there, my reaction was, the ring is really pretty, but I'm still really hungry. What are we doing about dinner? So
we ended up going out to dinner.
Yeah.
To celebrate.
Yeah. And of course I said yes. On the condition that he was going to feed me within the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.